Have you ever noticed how some questions don't really want answers? They want reassurance. They want certainty. They want someone else to be in charge. And what if the question you're asking is not the real question at all? This story begins with a man who had been carrying a weight inside him for years. A weight made of confusion, fear, and borrowed beliefs. He wasn't curious in a playful way. He was restless, unsettled. And on that day, after pushing through a thick crowd, after waiting longer than he expected, he finally stood face to face with Jesus. His heart was racing, not because he admired Jesus, but because he was afraid of what might be revealed. He asked, "Tell me something. Who created this universe? Was it you or was it God?" The crowd leaned in. Everyone loves a dramatic answer. Everyone loves clear signs. This or that. Yes or no. Creator or created. But Jesus didn't answer right away. He didn't defend himself. He didn't correct the man. He didn't claim authority. He simply looked at him. It was the kind of silence that feels heavier than words, as if time itself paused to listen. Jesus' eyes held something ancient, something calm, something that didn't need to prove anything. Then he spoke gently. "Before I answer you," Jesus said, "tell me something first. Where does this question come from inside you?" The man froze. No teacher had ever asked him that. People usually rush to explain. They rush to argue. They rush to sound wise. But Jesus wasn't interested in winning a debate. He was interested in waking someone up. The man hesitated, then said, "I just want to know the truth. People argue all the time. Some say you created everything. Others say God did. I want clarity." Jesus smiled. Then he laughed. Not a mocking laugh. Not a loud laugh. But a light, open laugh that felt like fresh air moving through the crowd. "You see," Jesus said, "your mind is crowded with other people's worries. This is not really your question. It is the echo of the crowd speaking through you." He stepped a little closer, his presence calm but steady. "You want the universe to belong to someone," Jesus continued, "because ownership feels safe. If there is a ruler, then there is order. If there is a creator watching over everything, then your suffering might have a reason." The man listened, his throat tight. "But this need for someone above you," Jesus said quietly, "is also the root of your fear." Jesus pointed to a tree nearby. "Look at that tree. It does not ask who made it. It does not worry about its origin. It grows. It stretches. It gives fruit and shade. That is its prayer. That is its gratitude." Then he gestured toward the sky. "Look at the clouds. They move without plans, without rules, without holy books. Yet they never miss their way. Their movement itself is their truth." He turned back to the man. "And you are part of the same movement, the same life, the same flow. But you are asleep inside ideas that were handed to you." The man felt something shift inside his chest. He wanted to respond, but no words came. Jesus continued, his voice calm but direct. "You ask who created the universe," he said, "but have you ever asked who created your thoughts?" The man blinked. "Who created your fears?" Jesus asked. "Who created your desires? Who created your ambition? And most importantly, who created the one who is asking this question?" Jesus gently touched the man's chest. Before you search for the creator of the universe, discover who you are. Not your name, not your story, not your beliefs. Who are you before you say I? The man's hands trembled. Suddenly, his question felt small, not wrong, but incomplete. Jesus spoke again. Creation is not something that happened long ago, he said. It is happening now, in this breath, in this heartbeat, in this moment. He paused. You speak of God and creation as if they are separate. But the Creator is not standing outside the universe like a builder watching a house. The Creator is moving within it. Jesus picked up a handful of dust from the ground. This dust has been many things, he said. Stars, mountains, oceans, bodies, and it will become many things again. The Creator is not behind it. The Creator is in it. The dust slipped through his fingers back to the earth. The man whispered, Then what about you? Jesus smiled. A soft smile. A smile that didn't cling to identity. I am not the Creator, he said. The crowd stirred. But the Creator is not separate from me, Jesus continued. Just as the ocean is not separate from its waves. He looked at the man with warmth. When you try to name the mystery, you shrink it. When you try to own it, you lose it. Creation has no signature, no single author. It is a living mystery. Jesus stepped back slightly. When the one who is looking disappears, he said, then the Creator and the creation are not two. Only then is there real seeing. Something collapsed inside the man. Not his body, but his certainty. The question he carried for years dissolved into a deep silence. Jesus placed his hand gently on the man's head. Do not waste your life asking who made the universe, he said. Ask who is asking. The man lowered his head, not in obedience, but in understanding. And Jesus walked away. The crowd slowly returned to noise, to opinions, to arguments. But the man stood still, because in that stillness, the question, the questioner, and the universe were no longer separate. And sometimes, the most powerful answer is silence.